H could think of no good reason why he needed to do an installation on the weekend up in the Wicklow Mountains in the middle of October. If lockdown had taught anybody anything, it was that workplaces were on their way out. In fact, H would go as far as to say the whole single usage thing was dead as a dodo. Everywhere will be everything and at all times. A cafe that's a gym and an office and a school and a vaccination centre. All of it wired up seamlessly to your smartphone. Doors opening and closing according to your subscriptions. Your electric car, having earned you €20 on Uber mode, bringing you home to that month's Airbnb rental, once you've got caffeinated, ripped, vaxxed. H explained all of this to his boss over a Google Meet with Credit Manager, but Hearn was having none of it. Get your fucking arse up there tomorrow and pick up Sergio and Silvio on your way. I'm bringing the SS up there! The Romanian twins were trying company at the best of times. I pulled them off the Wexford job yesterday. They're waiting up there in the highwaymans. You left them there in a pub! I did. Hearn's gels were glacial in the computer screen blackwash. If you've got a problem with the way I do things, I can arrange for you to experience the whole no workplace, future of humanity shite a lot faster than you thought. H had read an article about a programmer in London who'd outsourced all of his coding to a team in China he'd managed from his desk in Liverpool Street. This lad was top of the leadership board in terms of efficiency. The quality of his work was impeccable, yet he still got fired. The world was far from rational. I don't suppose we could get some local guy in to do this. It's just that the missus ain't going to be happy about me leaving her so close to the due date. You fucking giving birth, are you? No, but nothing. The Stoker family are old money. You're going to go up there and kiss their arse with a little tongue if necessary. Because these fuckers are a rich vein I intend to tap for a long time yet. So there'll be no fucking contractors, there'll be no fucking moaning, do you understand? The waitress bought him a second flat white. He had the bottomless coffee subscription free for the first month. Understood. It was dusk by the time H hit the Wicklow Mountains. The summer had been dry and H could see little patches of smouldering charcoal on the side of the Sugarloaf as the sun turned sanguinary behind its summit. As he wound his way into Wicklow, twisting and turning the Tesla through narrowing lanes lined by bruised heather, H felt the likelihood of a police speed trap fall away. He put the foot down and enjoyed the feeling of letting his machine reach its full potential. The dusk turned to dark, and somewhere past Glendalough he lost phone signal. This was something he'd foreseen, and at the next opportunity, a little pullover used by Border Culture trucks. He put the GPS in the glove box and pulled out the Ordnance Survey map he bought in Millets. Straight up the road for 5 clicks, left the crossroads, up a steep climb, through the forest, the highwayman's was on the left. When he arrived, he found the pub with its arse to the road. A smattering of workman's vans spotted around the car park. He liked the pint as much as the next man, but how the fuck these alphaless pubs had survived COVID he'd never known. He locked the Tesla with his iPhone, put on his mask and made for the pub. The gravel under his feet sounded unreasonably loud in the silence. The security light tripped white in the dark. He felt like a cat sneaking in to shit in a neighbour's garden. The pub door opened and a pair of young ones came out singing the final lines of Bye Bye Miss American Pie. They sparked up a pair of fags, sipped narrow-necked bottles and eyed H as he went past. Evening, offered H, the constricted breathing under his mask instantly fogging up his glasses. The girl said nothing. Touch of winter in that night, what? If they smiled a response, he missed it underneath the condensation. When he came inside the door, he scanned the wall for hand sanitizer. There was none. He'd left his own in the car, and for reasons he couldn't quite articulate, he felt it important to keep putting one foot in front one to the other. The progress was key. The turning around now, the retracing of steps, the returning to whence one came, was all unwise. He pushed through the inner door. Inside, the barman, corpulent, rooted, hands wrapped around brass taps, complexion that makes you sympathise with the pseudo-logic of leeches, stared over the heads of the three customers to watch some minor game of bog ball on the big screen, while the customers, steel-cap boots, labourers' overalls, stared into their pints of Guinness. H turned to the door on his left, struggled to make out the faded gold lettering on the glass. He wiped his glasses and the words "Dead Man's Lounge" emerged like pay dirt in a pan. H opened the door and Don McLean crooned back into the chorus of American Pie. To the right, barely old enough to drink, some giddy female voices took up the melody. To the left, centered around a battered pool table, the few 20-something males without the wherewithal to immigrate played with contempt for anything but the game. The Romanian apprentices had, of course, chosen the company of the young ones. "Ah, H, what's the fucking crack, bro?" He was up on his feet, going in for the handshake, but twigging H's mask, swapped it out for an awkward elbow bump. "Pint!" "Where's your brother?" "Jax!" On cue, Silvia stumbled out of the ladies, irises like Antumbra, young blonde, rubbing her nostril just behind him. "Hate you, mad prick, we were starting to think you weren't gonna show!" The same awkward transition from handshake to elbow bump. Why the fuck would I not show? Just some stuff the girls were saying about the mad kick we're going to be working on tomorrow morning. Why was it impossible to get good staff these days? A bit of cop on. The tiniest touch of logic. The two smokers who blanked H outside returned with a tray of shots. Yelps of excitement. Bodies shifted. Far too much flesh in all directions. "A quick word," said H, indicating with a raised index finger that the apprentices should demur on the offer of tequila and follow him outside. The dark that had fallen since his arrival was now viscous, a heaviness whose currents could be felt on the skin. As H waited for the apprentices to join him, he became aware for the first time that somewhere beyond that tree line there was water, deep, still, ancient. The whiff of maggots and sawdust, red blood on silver scales, something dragged out of its element, never to return. The lads bundle out of the door behind him. "Jesus, you should hear what these young ones are saying about this Stoker place, H." Sergio nodded along with his brother's prophecies of doom. "They're saying there used to be a laundry up there," and H raised the flat of his palm to indicate that he was not, and nor would he ever be, interested in what the underage drinkers had to say about their job tomorrow. "Please." H closed his eyes slowly and took a deep breath. "What do you do in your free time is of course none of mine or Mr. Hearn's business, but the reality is that we are here in a professional capacity and are, as such, representatives of the company and its values. This is not the 1990s, lads. Getting wasted with the Spice Girls is not a good look." The apprentices blinked, shifted in their boots, and avoided each other's eyes. H let the cold currents of the night work on their anger. Silvia was the first to stir. "But H, you should really... I want you to say goodnight to those girls and pay any outstanding balance on your bill with this." H takes the platinum Amex from his billfold and drops it into Sergio's shirt pocket. "Then I want you to show me to our rooms. But myself and your brother will wait here while you do that, Silvia. Thank you." Silvia's jaw flexed against the unsaid words until his brother shoved them into action. A few moments later they heard cries of protest in the lounge. H makes no attempt to break the silence outside. The smell of the lake grows stronger. And H, imagining a film of pond scum forming around his mouth, pulls off the mask and stuffs it into his pocket. Sylvia, well-trained, returns with the receipt wrapped around the Amex. Landlord says the kitchen's closed and if you want some food before bed. The mention of food makes H queasy, but he knows he should eat. What did you two have? Paprika handle. As in Hungarian food. Pretty tasty, musters Sylvia. At least the chef in this place was trying something new. It was a nod towards multiculturalism that H was willing to support. Please tell him I'll have it in my room. After dinner, sleep. And when H dreamed, he dreamed in red.